For those of you who haven't seen the performance review of this ball yet, you will know that there is a distinct learning curve with this ball. And essentially that's kind of weird, right? Because these are essentially the same ball. They're made out of the same material. They have the same pebbling. The only real difference is that the grip channeling is a little bit more pronounced on this ball. This ball is more reactive when it comes to its bounce than this ball. How or why, I don't know. It has to be some kind of design difference between the two balls, but even when you bounce them side by side together, this ball actually bounces just off of a drop test a little bit more than this ball does. The difference comes in that this ball bounces exactly the way you would expect it to bounce when you dribble it, even considering when you bounce it off of the rim or the backboard. This ball bounces exactly the way you expect it to. This ball, even though on a drop test this ball doesn't bounce quite as high as this ball does, when you dribble this ball, the difference is the more energy, strength, power, speed you put behind this ball, the more exponentially it comes back at you. So it doesn't bounce when you dribble it the way you expect it to bounce, because you get exponentially more effort, energy, speed coming back at you. And not in the natural way where when the harder you bounce something, the harder it comes back up at you. It's exponential. So when you dribble this ball, right, if you let it just drop and bounce, it doesn't really have anything special about it. But when you actually dribble this ball, when you put effort, energy, speed, power behind it at all, the more you give it, the more you get back. To the point that just dribbling the ball off of my fingertips, I'm getting way more power back from the ball than I expect, making this ball way more reactive off of the bounce than this ball. So in terms of performance, I said in the review of the performance of this ball that I would use this ball for training purposes. When I'm trying to train reactivity, speed, rebounding, when I really want to be able to have a ball that's very reactive, or a ball that I want to do a whole lot of chasing after, this is the ball that I would choose. But in terms of actual gameplay, I prefer very standard, natural bounce when it comes to the performance of this ball. That being said, the question is, which ball is better? Which ball should you choose? In my instance, I would say that if you're looking for a ball to train with, that's a good outdoor rubber basketball that doesn't cost too much money, that is not overpriced, for a training ball, this is the ball you should go with. It's a shame that this isn't my actual go-to playing games ball out here at the park, because like I said, it feels amazing. It feels like a rubber version of a composite basketball, but it performs in a way where it's not predictable, it's not reliable enough to use game in and game out. It's more for training purposes because of how reactive off the bounce it is. The original Spalding NBA Street Ball is the best ball, in my opinion, for outdoor game use, because it operates out of the box exactly the way you expect it to operate. It bounces exactly the way you expect it to bounce. It performs exactly the way it feels that it should. And for $15, this being my go-to game ball, even if I have to replace it every year, I'm okay with that because of the quality of this ball, because of the way it performs the way I expect it to out here at the park. But if you can get your hands on one of these phantom balls, I would say experience for yourself how it performs, because you may prefer that. If the way this ball performs is what you like and what you prefer, then you have found your ultimate outdoor rubber basketball because of how good it feels.